come up with the Terminator, take us there in the Matrix, and just to put this from pen to pad. Now, it's one thing to have the idea, but to take that,
it's very easy.
Come up with the Terminator, take us there in the Matrix, and just to put this from pen to pad. Now, it's one thing to have the idea, but to take that,
it's very easy. It was a script in a book. The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. Because see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
So man versus nature. How did you?
So y'all hear that, right? Remember the Terminator. So I just let y'all hear. Some of y'all might have heard that, some of y'all might not. But it's pretty much the AI. It's pretty much the Terminator, Skynet. Now, because I want to tie all this together, and so I want y'all to understand how I'm coming up with this information. And then you just, I'm going to show you a clip that's current and the things that they're doing. And I want y'all to tell me if all this is not true. All this is tied together. When people make movies, pay attention to the movies, because it's not just a movie like, wow, that was crazy. Everything that they making, apocalypse type movies, it has something to do with what they're planning. You just thinking it's Hollywood, it's not Hollywood. Check this out. So here, this is guy that I follow, In Time Productions. He do a lot of things dealing with, like, he just different. I'm gonna let y'all hear from y'allself. He a little different. Check it.
I don't know about you, but I'm sick of all this AI slop that's taking over all of social medias. It doesn't matter if you're scrolling through shorts or just watching just about any video. AI, it's ruining YouTube. It's ruining the internet. The videos, they're getting more and more realistic. You've all been there, right? You're watching what looks like a cooking tutorial, but you notice something's off about it. Well, it's because it's AI. And then you don't want to watch an AI video, so you click off and you click on whatever else they're recommending to you. It's like a product review video. Oh, it's another AI video. There's an AI voice. And then you click off that one, disgusted, I don't want to watch an AI video, so you click on this true crime documentary with some police body camera footage. Nope, that's AI too. It doesn't matter whether it's cooking videos, tutorials, gaming content, true crime, podcasts, product reviews, and everything in between. This AI voice, it's everywhere. When did you start noticing it? This flood of AI content, this flood of artificially generated videos on YouTube. Because it's no secret that there's a big problem with AI on YouTube right now.
Sometimes the most shocking corporate misconduct is hidden in plain sight, invisible to the naked eye.
What is happening here will swallow.
Sorry about that. Let's get back to the regular scheduled program. Sorry about that.
Almost every post that you scroll past, it's AI slop, and it's everywhere. YouTube is drowning in it. AI-generated faces are staring at you with these dead eyes from behind almost every thumbnail. Robotic voices reading human scripts that no human wrote. Content that nobody asked for. Nobody wants it, but it keeps on coming. Why? That's what we're going to get into today, because this is a lot darker than just AI slop being recommended to us on social media. This is a lot darker than this inundation, this flood of AI-generated YouTube content that is shown to everybody now, that's being forced into our faces. It's being shown to us in a way that we can't opt out. And people are furious about it. Comment sections are exploding all over YouTube with anger. Oh, people, not another AI video. Skip this garbage. I'm so sick of this. Are you sick of this? You watching? Have you noticed it too? Are you sick of being recommended all these AI videos? Maybe you clicked on some. Maybe you watch AI videos and you don't know. Or maybe you like AI videos. Put it in the comments. But here's the thing about it, all right? So it doesn't matter that you don't want it, because whether you want it or not, is irrelevant to them. It's going to be forced on you anyway. And it is forced on you anyway. It's being forced on us. Did you see what Time Magazine just did? Time Magazine just crowned the Person of the Year 2025. And who's that? It's the architects of AI. That's the Person of the Year 2025. Jensen Huang, CEO of NVIDIA. Sam Altman, CEO of ChatGPT. Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk, all these CEOs of AI companies. These are the Person of the Year. The billionaires that are building the AI systems that are going to control us. These billionaires that are building this cage, this digital and physical AI cage around us right now, these are the people of the year. And Time called it, I think, when the year artificial intelligence's full potential came into view, because this is the year that it became clear that there'll be no turning back and there will be no opting out. Do you hear what I just said? No turning back. No opting out. You don't get a choice, guys. The world that we know, the world that we once knew, is gone forever. And that's not being dramatic. I wish it was being dramatic, but there is no going back to this pre-AI world. There's no going back to the purer times when people could just be people, that we weren't being manipulated by algorithms and by this artificial Skynet over us that's telling us what to believe, where to go, tracking our every move. But I digress, all right? So we have now entered a world where AI has taken over. And sure, we're still at the beginning phases of this. What this will turn into will be 100% dystopian and a nightmare situation for everybody. But we are at a point now where there is no going back. And they want people to accept it. They wanted us to accept it. They wanted to deploy these systems in such a way where there was no backlash. So by the time that there was backlash, if backlash ever happened, it would be too late because the systems would already be deployed and there would be no turning back, exactly where we are now. So how did they get here? How did they get us to this point of compliance where we allowed them to do this while everybody was just paying attention to something else? They had to give us something, right? They had to give you something. A reward for your compliance. What's that reward? Look, they say, now you could type in your magic spells, whatever your thoughts want, into this special chatbot, and something will come out. Do you want to see a pink flower? But that pink flower is not a flower. It's actually Jack Bauer. Well, the AI can give you that. How generous, right? You want a picture of kittens? Oh, go ahead, make kittens. Make all the kittens you want. Make a whole YouTube channel filled with AI-generated videos of kittens. That's what they're giving you in exchange for what they're taking away from us. I should say that's what they gave us, because at this point, there is no turning back. We traded chatbots, we traded generating kittens for our freedom. But people were too distracted with politics, with Trump, with social media, with COVID, with all these things to even care. While the general public was busy playing with these new AI toys, generating your pink Jack Bauer flowers, these endless kitten pictures, something started happening behind the scenes. They started building something. They started using these systems that people were playing with to build something else, something darker, something that would end up taking our freedoms, and that is in the process of doing that right now. And you, me, all of us, everybody watching this video, we're the ones paying for this. And we're not just paying for it with our freedom, with our attention, with our brains. We're paying for it with actual money. Have you noticed your electric bill is going up? I have, because it is nationwide. And guess why? Guess who's responsible? Oh, I think you guessed it. Yes, it's the AI companies. It's these data centers. In these areas where these AI data centers are being built, electricity costs have gone up over 200% compared to 5 years ago. And Ohio and Maryland, I believe it is, the electric bills are going up like $20 a month. And you might be, oh, $20 a month, that's not much. Over a year, that's $200. $200 is a lot of money. Over 10 years, that's $2,000. Okay, so this whole slow burn of, just spend a little bit extra here for the greater good of society. All these data centers, they're running these massive GPU farms that are sucking electricity from the grid like vampires draining blood. So let's just go over real quick what's happening, right? AI is being forced on every platform despite universal public rejection. Nobody wants this. We're being forced into it. You're given access to these chatbots, these image generators as your reward. Time Magazine says that these people, these billionaires, are delivering the age of thinking machines, wowing and worrying humanity, transforming the present and transcending what's possible. They're making it sound like it's some magical thing and everybody's so inspired by AI, right? It sounds so inspiring, doesn't it? But it's not. It's actually disgusting because what are they actually building? Because the true purpose of these AI systems is far darker than they are letting on to believe. Because those kitten generators and those chatbots, these prompts that we deal with, that's not the real product. That's the facade. That's the face of it. The real product is much, much darker. And it's already affecting us, it's already watching us, and it's already beginning to take control over us. Picture this, okay? You're driving to work. You're running errands. You're taking your kids to school. You're just having a normal day, whatever it is. And every time you pass an intersection, every time you turn onto a major road, every time you leave your neighborhood, you are being photographed, tracked, logged into a database controlled by AI. Your license plate, your car's make and model, any dents and bumper stickers on your car, roof racks, it doesn't matter. Anything that makes you unique, it identifies that. It gets logged into these AI systems. Where you're going, what time you're going, what direction you're going. And if there's a pattern, every day at 5 o'clock, you leave the house at this time, you're driving on this road at this time, all that stuff is being logged. All of it captured. All of it's being stored, and it's being stored in a searchable database. Have you heard about this? This is a company called Flock Safety. Now, you might not know their name, but maybe you have. But their cameras are everywhere. Flock Safety cameras operate in like over 5,000 communities across, I think, 49 states. They've deployed, I think, around 90,000 AI system surveillance cameras nationwide. And get this, the number that they actually scan, the number of license plates they scan, is 20 billion license plates every single month. I'm not making that up. 20 billion. Think about that. That's staggering. Flock Safety contracts with more than, I think it's 5,000 law enforcement agencies. And some people might be saying, oh, that's great. If you're not hiding anything, there's nothing to worry about, right? But here's where it gets scary, because it's not about just doing the right thing all the time and you don't have anything to worry about. What happens when the laws change? What happens when the laws change to make what you're doing, how you think, how you live, who you are as a person, illegal? Well, then they can easily track you down based on this data that's been collected through Flock, through Palantir, through all these algorithms that you interact with on a daily basis. All this data on you that's being stored by these agencies in a searchable database is now potentially can be used as a weapon against you. So this whole Flock Safety thing, it means that these police departments from across the country can view your license plate number, your location, the direction of travel, what time, the date, and how many times you've been on that road, etc. And guess what? They don't need a warrant to do it. They don't need probable cause. They don't need individualized suspicion. They don't need court order. They can just do it whenever they want. Furthermore, their algorithm scans movements of people, of the different patterns in the vehicle databases, and it compares it with the baseline of data, and it tries to decide whether somebody is acting suspicious or not. They're looking for suspicious patterns in the data. And what happens when it finds something suspicious? Well, then it alerts law enforcement. The AI itself decides you're suspicious based on where you drive, how often you drive, and what patterns match its programming to say whether somebody's suspicious or not. Guys, there's no human investigation in this. There's no probable cause. It's just an algorithm making judgments about you, about your life, based on whatever set of parameters it was told to search it against. And guys, this is the invisible cage that's being built around us right now. They're building a prison cell for everybody, for you and me, and we can't see the bars. There are no bars. There's no walls. There's no guards. Just cameras, AI, databases, algorithms, data centers, you name it. Tracking you everywhere you go, everything you do, everyone you're with. But that's not even the worst part, guys. They're just a small piece of the larger infrastructure. Because if Flock Safety is watching you drive, maybe watching you walk around whatever intersections they're at, what about the companies that decide what happens next? Let's talk about Palantir. We've talked about Palantir before, but this company is a lot darker than anybody realizes. So the name Palantir was taken from the all-seeing eye from Lord of the Rings. The evil eye that can see everything into the spirit realm. Okay, and that name, it's not ironic because it's exactly what they do. They are the all-seeing eye. In August 2025, Palantir landed a $10 billion contract with the U.S. Army. It's the largest software data contract in military history. And what does it do? Oh my goodness, guys. According to their own promotional materials, Palantir's, I think it's called Gotham System. It supports an AI powered kill chain. What is an AI powered kill chain? An AI powered kill chain means that artificial intelligence systems can and do decide who gets targeted for elimination. If they don't want you to live anymore, the AI can decide that and put an end to you. Okay? This is a computer system making these decisions now, who can live or die. And that's not even to mention the $480 million, I think it's the Maven contract for their smart AI targeting technology that they're using in Ukraine. This isn't conspiracy theory, guys. This is their public marketing. And even Alex Karp, the CEO of Palantir himself, said this, and I quote,
It's crazy because I put something up a couple of days ago, no more than about a week, maybe a couple of days, about the guy was saying something. Shapak was saying something about Ukraine, and you know, these guys, I'm sure don't know each other. Shapak is with the church, okay, and Shapak stay in UK, and he was saying that they was coming up with something, which can I post that? I see, I'm actually I'm gonna see if I can show that. But Shapak was saying something about the UK has they was making decision to where they be taking away people's decision, you know what I mean, to try you as a criminal. AI will be doing that moving forward, you know what I mean, to where like they deem you if they deem you your activity criminality, AI can decide, you know what I'm saying, whether you're guilty or not and set judgment for you. You know, only with murder or rape, you say, I believe that that a jury will have to try you. So understand that all this stuff is starting to come together. It's crazy that he said that. The tracking that they're doing with these systems tracking you everywhere, remember, they want that chip in you. If you get that chip in you, then they'll have you get what I'm saying? With that chip in you, the mark of the beast chip, now they can track you wherever you at. And AI decide that it's time for you to be executed, they will find you. They don't need they no longer need the lights, the traffic lights. I mean, they would need it because they can, but they'll have a direct location on where you at based on the chip GPS. The AI, would, connect with the chip in you, and if you're deemed, to be executed, you will be executed. There's no way you can hide because you're being tracked. I'm gonna tell y'all a crazy story after this.
our product is used to kill people. Okay? That's not speculation. That's not interpretation. That's a direct quote from the CEO, right from the horse's mouth. And furthermore, their mission statement, right from their own website, says to ensure America's future on the factory floor operating room and across the battlefields. But it's not just the battlefields that we have to worry about, because these systems, these AI systems that Palantir is developing to target individuals, to eliminate people, that's here, by all account. That's here now in America. It's being used against citizens. Maybe not to eliminate them yet, but it's being used to target them, to track them, and to identify people who may or may not have certain ideologies and think a certain way. So just earlier this year, Trump signed an executive order mandating data sharing across all federal agencies to Palantir. Not only that, Palantir also made a deal with Elon Musk, his Doge Department of Government Efficiency, and I think they called it the Mega API. This deal, it basically consolidates like the IRS records with other government data and creates this like big universal file on people. It includes health records, education records, criminal justice records, speeding tickets, you name it. And it's all flowing into this one centralized system managed by Palantir. And this is expanding into Palantir's civilian systems as well. Their Gotham software is being used by police departments for like predictive policing. Predictive policing. You've seen the movie, right? In Minority Report, they were able to use these psychics to pull information from the spirit realm and tell the police who's going to commit a crime on what day. Now they're doing the same exact thing with AI. This is an algorithm that is deciding who is likely to commit a crime, not based on the actual crimes committed. No, it's based on these patterns, locations, demographics, and all the things in your file that are deemed relevant. And then these agencies can take that data and act on them based on the predictions that the AI systems made about you. So here's what that means. And let's connect some of the pieces, okay? So the flock cameras, they track your movements nationwide. And then that system, and then that data, I should say, it feeds into Palantir's systems. And then what happens then? Palantir's AI will take that data and they'll analyze it. They'll see patterns. They'll find patterns. And they're going to generate these suspicion scores on you. And based on the scores, they'll identify specific targets. And the thing is, guys, these AI systems are now like making these decisions faster than people can even review them. So there's like a backlog of people trying to review the systems because as it sits right now, the AI might be painting people as targets, but there still needs to be a person to review that data first to, approve it or deny it. But there will be a point where the AI can approve it by itself. And you and I are paying for this whole thing through our electricity bills, through our tax dollars that are funding these government contracts. And we never wanted it in the first place. So where does it all lead, right? Does it lead to World War III, nuclear war, a great reset? Does it lead to Skynet deciding that humanity is the problem and then taking us out? Maybe. But what they want us to believe is that this forced adoption of AI is a good thing. That all it is surveillance, tracking the bad guys. If they target you, you must have did something wrong. This is just for our safety. It's for our security. It's for your protection. We're doing it for you. We want to keep you safe. Time Magazine and these AI architects, they want you to believe that these people are visionaries, that they're looking out for us and they're trying to make the world a better place. But here's what they're actually delivering, right? It's a nationwide surveillance network that tracks you, every movement you make, every vehicle that's made, everything that you type on the internet, every ad that you click on, every video that you click on, every picture you click on, who you talk to. These AI systems are generating these suspicion profiles based on your patterns. These targeting platforms are deciding who and who is not a person of interest based on what they do, what they say, how they think. This military technology is being adopted for domestic population monitoring. I mean, that's as simple as that. I hate to say it, but they did all of this while we were distracted with these AI pictures of kittens and Jack Bauer flowers. It was a sleight of hand. They got us, look over here, look over here. And then while we were looking over there, they flanked us. All right. They had to give us something. They had to give us access to this technology or else nobody would have stood for it in the first place. They wanted to make you feel like you're a part of it. Oh, look what you can do now. You can use it too. Isn't it magical? Just put in your incantation into this system and out comes whatever you want. Meanwhile, real infrastructure operates behind the scenes. Meanwhile, government contracts that are worth billions are building these military systems that will make life and death decisions based on these AI surveillance networks and the data that was compiled by them. Not to mention the predictive algorithms that are deciding who's suspicious and who's not before they've even done anything wrong. And the good news is some communities are fighting back because people don't like AI. People don't want AI. People actually are rejecting AI as a whole. The only people who are embracing AI are the people who don't really see the full consequences of it. So there are cities that are terminating flock safety contracts. And I have read that there are lawmakers who are drafting legislation that would limit people from searching these databases without, let's say, a court order, for instance. And hopefully courts will start ruling that this mass surveillance it violates our Fourth Amendment rights. But I think that might be wishful thinking, right? Because it's already being built. And like Time Magazine said, there's no going back. So the bottom line here, guys, is they're building this AI control grid, this system, this cage around us, all while we argue about whether or not AI-generated art is real art or not, whether chatbots are going to take our jobs. These debates that people are focusing on, that's the distraction. So the real question is this. It's not whether or not AI art is real art. It's not whether or not AI videos should be shown to us. The question is this. Do you want to live in a world where artificial intelligence decides whether or not you are suspicious? Where your every movement is tracked, logged, and analyzed? Is that what you want? Do you want military targeting systems that are designated for open warfare to get adopted by civilian populations and deployed into the public? Do you want to live in a world where algorithms generate kill lists and humans either rubber stamp the decision or delegate that decision to another AI? Where you pay the rising electricity bills to power the infrastructure of your own surveillance? Because they gave us the toys. They distracted everybody with the chatbots, the image generators, the magical prompts, make all the AI kittens that you want. Meanwhile, they're taking our freedom. Because that's the deal, honestly, right? You get the toys, you get to play with this thing, but they get the control. They get your data. So what do you guys think about this? I would like to know your opinion. Please put it in the comments below, and we'll see you guys next time. God bless you all.
So, like I noticed when this guy was talking, he don't have on the Apple Watch. Notice he don't have an Apple Watch on. This guy here, he has I think a Swiss Army watch on, and I know it's a Swiss Army because I used to sell watches back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So let me see something. And I, so when I'm saying that, I kind of like that, that he's wearing a Swiss Army watch. Let me see something. So look, you see that there? He don't have on an Apple Watch. He have it. So when you see a person talking, but then they got an Apple Watch on, it's like, hey, because he believes everything that he's telling you. This guy has on a regular Swiss Army watch, and I used to sell these back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Used to get them for the wholesale house, and I think I paid 15, 20 bucks for it. I sold it for 50. But he had on a regular watch that don't do no tracking, don't do anything. You know, I noticed that. Now everything he said, what I'm saying, it has some valid point to it. Let me show you something. Let's do this. So yeah, I'm gonna show y'all this right here. This is what I'm talking about right here. Anyway, let me get back to Magna Carta. Magna Carta also gave rise to things like the right to lawful judgment, meaning a right to a fair trial, meaning a right to be judged by your peers. It also gave rights to the fact that any rights that you have, you can't be charged for those rights. And that's where people start to go off. And side note, I'm going to say this, brothers and sisters, that straw man argument they have out there, please don't ever, any of you brothers and sisters, get sucked into that. That I'm a man of the land idea, and you can purchase your straw man back and all that stuff. Please don't get lost in all that sauce, please. For the love of everything holy. That's straight garbage. Absolutely. And again, I don't ever really mention this, and I'm not saying it to anything to boast or brag. And all I did was just go to law school. But I did graduate. I went to law school. I have an LLB. And I'm saying that to say these legal stuff with the straw man argument, the parts that is true is its historical part. But understand that doesn't apply anymore. They've got the goons, brothers and sisters. So good luck trying to do it. Again, side note, in most countries, the tax regime for some of the forms you fill in, it says on the form, voluntary. But good luck trying to explain that when they got the goons. But anyway, back to this thing here. The concept of being judged by your peers is from the Magna Carta. The UK now is talking about removing the right to trial by jury. Unless it's for quote-unquote serious crimes such as rape or murder. Now here's the problem. They keep adding crimes, things that are criminal. Like
touched on things that have happened in the recent past, like the pandemic, plandemic, scamdemic, whatever you want to call that. People were calling for choices and actions that people took to say they're criminal. So suppose, which is not far-fetched, you make a decision to do or not do something that's now criminal, but it doesn't reach their made-up, constantly moving the goalpost threshold for you to have what has been in existence for 800 plus years, the right to a trial to be judged by your peers. What are you going to be judged by? AI? Who's making the software? Does it come out of the state of Israel? Is it Palantir? And speaking of pandemics, I think we all know of Event 201 and how they gamed, that's what they call it when they do these things, they gamed the scenario of a worldwide pandemic. Okay, brothers and sisters, before quote unquote COVID. The UK just completed another scenario, a pandemic preparedness, and they chose to call that exercise Pegasus. The same name of some spy software the state of Israel put together. All roads lead to Rome. This is just some of the news that's been sat on the desk, bubbling away.
So, y'all see that, right? So, what he's saying is, again, AI is taking away, you know, you heard it, they're going to start making decisions to deem who's criminal and who's not. Do you understand what I'm saying? If they want you to take a certain medicine and you don't, then, hey, you're infecting the people. Everybody took it but you. What is wrong with you? Why is you being rebellious? You are deemed, a Judas towards, what we have going on. You understand? Now, as what the guy just said, I'm talking about, hey, I will make the decisions to whether you will be executed. And so that's why when I heard that, I'm like, you know what? Because the video I just showed you, about the guy just now, I had did that one, like I said, a week ago. And the one that I'm touching on today, I actually, did yesterday or whatever. So whenever time you're watching this video, it's a week apart, And so when I heard that, I'm like, you know what? I heard this, and so happens the guy lives in the UK. That's why, so he does the news. He's not American. He lived in the UK, was born and raised in the UK. Now he did come to America to go to school, but his hometown, like where he at currently right now, is the UK. So all the laws and things that goes over there, he report back to the United States. You know what I mean? And it's kind of, we have like a network going on. Not saying me personally, but the church have a network going on. So we get information on what's going on there, and they get information on what's going on here. So you see how correspond, and that's just something different. He talking about, it's crazy. Now, before I close, I got a story. Now, I'm gonna show you some photos. Let me see something. Hold on. All right, so I'm gonna show you this here. Now, what do I have before me? Okay, let me get this up. What do I have before me is records. Records. Now, again, I'm going to show you where I'm going with it. Judgment sentence to, right here. Judgment sentence to the Illinois Department of Correction, right? And let me see if I can open it up a little bit for you. Okay. The above is defendant has been adjudged guilty of the offense, enumerated below. It is therefore ordered that the defendant be defended. It's kind of hard but hereby be sentenced to confinement in the what's that? Illinois Department of Correction for the term of years and months, specific specified for each offense. Now, so whatever the clause there, they allege that I committed arson. I set a car on fire. That's what they say. This is the charge here. I got 50%. So right now, in other words, you get 2 years, 50%, you'll do a year. 75%, 85%, or you'll do the full 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So this is the right here where I got the thing where I got 2 years, and I will have to serve 1 year because it's at 50%, right? And I was sentenced to, of course, the Department of Correction. Now this is when I went to court, right? So if you look at here, right here, as you can see, I was in there. Let me see. This here's an incident report, right, while I was in there. And this, you can see the print date is 2/19/2024. So this is actually before I got sentenced. But if you come in, you can kind of see, like, I don't really follow the rules, to the masses. At approximately 0900, I brought the bottom general population to a head count to begin their time out. As I walked the bottom tier, making sure everyone was standing at head count, I noticed inmate Sims, what they say, booking number. In this moment, they gave the booking number. I asked inmate Sims, why are you not standing for a head count? Inmate Sims told me, y'all already did y'all head count, so why do I have to get up? At this time, I informed inmate Sims that every time this door is open, he needs to get up and stand at head count. The bottom tier was waiting on him to come to head count so that we can start their time out. Inmate Sims just laid in his bunk and stared at me. Again, I gave inmate Sims a direct order to stand for head count, and again, he just sat laid in his bed staring at me. At this time, I contacted the housing sergeant, Sergeant Perez, and made her aware of the situation. I checked inmate Sims' activity log, and he does not have any previous incident, so he is now on stage 1 of a progressive discipline. So that's happened at 219, right? Let me see. What is this? All right, so at 226, another incident. At approximately 13 hours, the lower tier was brought to head count and then released from head count for their day room time. Inmate Sims Jaquez then approached the officer desk stating that he was going to take the boat out of his cell. Deputy Travis then informed to keep the boats in the cell due to the fact that he will be getting a cell mate soon from booking. Inmate Sims stated, I'm housed alone. They have it down in the computer that I don't get a cellie because I almost got into a fight with my last cellie. Okay, this is a little small, so let me just try to, and I'm going somewhere with it. Okay. Then I then brought inmate Sims' booking file and alleged that there is no such stating that he is housed alone. After informing inmate Sims that he has no such order, he stated, I ain't talking to you, big bro. I'm talking to her. Deputy Travis then stated it doesn't matter who you're talking to. He is my partner, and he was the one that looked it up for you. I then retorted to inmate Sims that he does not have a house alone status and will be getting a a Sally when that time come. It Sims again stated, I ain't fucking talking to you. I'm talking to her. Then I order Sims to look down, to lock down. Sims slowly comply and secure himself within the cells without incident. Sims were also written up 2/18/2024, right? So that's that, right? You say, well, I'm going with it. Give me 1 second. Um, Let me see. This here, when I was in there, the public defender, adult, people versus me, Mars 4th, 9 a.m. So this is when you in there, they actually, send you a lawyer because I'm not paying for anything. You understand? You'll get the same time with a lawyer, right? I think we went over that. This is something else. Where we at? All right. And they just some, but you got to go through some properties and your books, magazine, everything that you do. They actually, you know, you get everything is logged in. Now look, this here, I'm actually left Will County. I'm actually in the Department of Correction on this one here. Let me see. Let's see something. All right. Not that one. Not that one. Let me see. Give me 1 second. Anyway, I had hold on. Okay, so now this here, I'm actually in the penitentiary. No longer in the county. I'm actually in the, as you look at the date here, changed from February. This is now right here will be September. And again, another incident, with a different number, why, whatever. This is my inmate number, and I have a problem with officer. This is what an incident took place, which I remember. But here it tells you that record proceedings. Sims pleaded partially guilty. States he was telling her what the rules stated, wasn't trying to be rude. Based on IDR and partially plead, Sims was ID'd by state issues ID. And it tells you see right here where they have to sign at the bottom here. The warden got a sign on it. 932, 9112. You hear me? So now this, I'm at a different facility, and it's still, the violation is insolent and whatever that means, But that's that. And this here, I was in Vandalia. So you say, where are you going with it, right? Let me get to it. How did I end there? You saying, well, what happened? Well, based on everything that we just talked about. Now, I spent a year of my life in jail. So, an incident occurred, right? During this incident, I was allegedly, somebody said that I've done something. Okay. A verbal complaint. Based on that verbal complaint, I was taken into custody and I was charged with this charge. As they say, I set a car on fire. Number one, the car that was set on fire was my car that I bought. Okay. Gave it to her as a girlfriend of mine. She was disrespectful with it. I gave her several warnings. She did not um, comply. Somehow the car ended up on fire. This is the thing. Did I do it or not? No one knows. So they had no proof. They had no video. They had no eyewitness. They had anything. You know what I mean? Verbal. It was a verbal complaint. Now, what did happen when I was in jail before I went? When that was the public defender, when he sent me that mail, they had something that they call what's the name? What kind of report that is? Discovery. So with the discovery, it states what they have against you, what you've been charged with, so you can have an outlook on what they fighting you with, you know. So in my discovery, it said, well, here it got you on the west side of Chicago, right? At approximately 9:15. From Chicago, you got on the 290 expressway and you drove here. It showed you past Ashland at 9:14 here. You know what I'm saying? You passing downtown at 9:18. Here, you enter the 9094. So you drove the 9094, you took the Dansville, and you enter and you got it on here at Lincoln Highway. It shows you that your car here at approximately 9:52, that your car here, and you get off the expressway at exactly 9:59, and then your phone goes blank. Now, your phones went blank, and at 10:15, we have your car going in the opposite direction, at this time. Now, reason why the phone went blank is because when you shut your phone off, right? They was tracking me through my phone, and then a license plate, as he said, with these flock cameras, if you go from here to here, so the intersection is here. You're here. You have to get, in order to get off, you have to get here. But in the middle, there's a camera. So before you get here, it's going to take a picture of your camera before you can get off that intersection. There's no way around it. You understand? Unless you stop and walk and, go up the ramp, which is done. But I'm just saying, so this flock camera system is correct. I'm a victim of it. But it tracked me. And then it say from here, you jump here on the 94 and you drove and got on the I-65 and you drove to Indianapolis. We have you in Indianapolis at 12:09. So you tracked me from Chicago out west to the suburbs of Chicago, which is about a 40-minute drive. So you got me from here to here. You got my every movement. And from here to Indianapolis, which is 2 hours and 50 minutes away, you have me getting out the expressway at Martin Luther King Drive. You understand what I'm saying? So what he's saying about this flock system is not a lie. You understand what I'm saying? So when I'm looking at this, I'm like, oh yeah, do they have me actually committing a crime? Do they have me as exactly on this block in this area? They don't have that. No. Why? I know, because the phone was shut off and the car was parked. So once you shut off your phone, they had no more tracking of you. You understand what I'm saying? They was tracking me through my cell phone. Now, when I seen this firsthand, because you hear about it, but when you see First 48 and say, yeah, you had this at this cell tower, you see it, but you just like, okay, but when it actually happened to you and you seeing that they have this information, I'm like, wow. It make you wonder. They can, if they want to solve every crime, they can. They definitely can. So now, I'm saying this to say what? Now, I did spend, as you see, that's why I showed you the jail report first. They had nothing on me. They just had my car in the area. So, as he said, this AI system will I don't know. We have proper cause to say that we believe you are the one that did it. Without having any video, witness, prints, nothing, you just in the area during the time this occurred. That's what I was based on. Not only that, I wasn't given a bond because while they're trying to figure out was I guilty or not, I wasn't given a bond. Now, if somebody say you did a crime, you have to sit in jail and you have to fight this crime in Illinois based on your background. If you have a background, you don't get out. You don't get out. You have to fight this crime in jail. They deem you a threat. What they say, a threat to society. I believe a danger to society. That's what they deem me as based on my background. I have. If you got anything in your background, you slapped a girl, you stole a candy bar, you're deemed menace to society, and we can't allow you to be let loose. Only if you have a zero background or maybe a speeding ticket, they'll let you out. But my background, nah, not happening. I deal with that later. But so now I have to fight my case in jail. And make decisions that I don't want to make, but some life decision was happening, so I had to make it. I had to. Just give me the 2 years. I've been here 5 months. I do another 3, 4 months. I go home. What I'm playing for? It ain't don't help or hurt my background. My background terrible. This here added on. It's not the first thing I did. So all right, whatever. Just throw it on there. So that's kind of what was going on. You understand what I'm saying? Now, um, I say that to say this. All that tracking that they was doing, how they was able to track me from here to another state, was done through a phone. You understand? It was done through a phone. This is the way they was able to track me, right? They don't want that chip in the phone. They want that chip in you.